But, like, I don't want to say I'm, like, socially awkward, but when it comes to just people I don't know at my front door, I am very socially awkward. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. Every single time my door knocks, there's always a thought in my head like, someone's just out to kill me today. What am I going to do about it? So I'm always going to open the door half hesitant, because then the other half is going to be another salesperson, and I'm not going to give a shit, but I'm going to feel bad because this guy's family is probably stuck in Puerto Rico somewhere, and he's trying to free them from terrible slavery, and here I am, can't even buy a simple vacuum for $6.99.
$6.99.
And it makes me feel so weird. And this one time, okay, speaking of fucking random ass people showing up my front door, there are times where I feel like I can be a little bit psychic. Or at least there are times where people in general, if there was ever gonna be, if there was ever gonna be another sense in the human physique, I guarantee it's at least somewhat psychic ability, or to have a feeling that something is going to happen. Like, there are times where your body just feels like something's gonna happen, and you are dead right. And I had one of these occasions. And again, it's another, just random ass person at my front door. I'm just sitting, enjoying my Saturday. I have a day off of work. It's fantastic. I'm playing video games. I'm watching Netflix. Everything's going great. And then suddenly there's a knock at my front door. And again, I don't check ahead of time because I really just don't give a damn. But in my head, I just think to myself, how strange would it be if I just opened the door and a cop's on the other side? Lo and behold, open the door, full uniform, about 2 feet taller than me. Here's this guy. And what do? Like, for one thing, I know I've done nothing wrong. I mean, fucking, the worst thing someone can arrest me for is like, did you, son, I know we all want to play Earthbound, but did you illegally download a ROM to play? I'm sorry, officer! Aside from that, I mean, yes, there are times where I drive without a seatbelt. Yes, I probably go like 5 miles over the limit. But you don't expect a cop to show at your door for that. So you know full well that it's not about you, but you're always afraid that they can find some way to make it about you. Yeah. And so here I am. Oh! And I know I'm in like a half sweat, because I was right. Here's this cop just standing in front of me. And of course, in my head, I'm just playing. What did I do this whole entire past week? Do I need an alibi? Do I need this?
I need an alibi.
What do I need? And I guess it turns out that the person that used to live there before I lived there had some like taxes he owed or some bills to pay. I don't know. He had something that the law enforcement was looking at him for. So he asked me, do you know a guy by this name? No, I can't say that I do. He's the guy that used to live here. And I was like, well, I mean, he came by my house twice to ask me if I had any mail that was in his name because he hadn't gotten it forwarded yet. And he's like, uh-huh. Like, verbatim, that's what he said, was just, uh-huh. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And immediately I'm already thinking, he's gonna try and find some way to tie me with this guy. I just fucking know it.
Okay, I got insurance. No! It's like buying car insurance and then slamming into a tree as you're pulling out of the car insurance place. You walk back in, you're like, so about that claim.
How much was it going to be? And how long does it have to be before I get my first accident? Have to get it? And you have, like, the wheel still stuck on your arm. And your representative's like, about 2 years, sir.
Sorry,
You're
buddy.
like, okay, so I'll get back to you in 2 years. And until then, it looks like I'm walking. Okay, but, yeah, so I'm just assuming this guy's going to, like, pin me for being this guy's, like, best friend. I'm hiding him in my closet or something. You know, and it obviously doesn't go that way. He just tells me, you know, okay, well, this is his name. We're out looking for him. So if he does stop by again, you know, see if you can get some info on him and then let us know. And I'm like, okay. Luckily, I never saw the guy again. Because could you imagine how awkward that would really be? Like, if this guy just comes back, which, you know, he didn't look like the kind of guy you want to be messing with.
Oh, yeah. That kind
and
of thing,
so, you know, when a cop asks you to do that, immediately I'm like, how do you expect me to do this?
Yeah.
Like, just like, he comes in. Like, for one thing, I mean, I didn't see him in months, because I guess he just stopped trying to see if, like, anything came in, because I guess everything that he needed came to him. But it's like, if he was just to suddenly come in and just once again be like, hey, I had some stuff mailed accidentally to here, did you get it? What am I supposed to do? Be like, oh, no, it didn't come over, but by the way, in case it does, what is your current address that I could take it to? Because he ain't gonna fall for that. Suddenly, it's like, just like, fucking Jack Pistols in my face, like, the fuck you just say to me? You wanna know where I live? Why? And suddenly you're just like, okay, you know, like, what do cops think? Like, I'm not gonna be doing that. Like, the minute I see this guy again, I'm immediately just gonna forget all about him and be like, you know what, fucking, I don't care what it is he did. I'm not gonna be a part of it. Because I don't want to be the next thing he does to somebody.
Yeah.
I don't suddenly want to be known as one of the 7 people this guy got his arms around and strangled to death just because I decide to help out good law enforcement. The same law enforcement that, by the way, when I was driving a perfectly 75 miles per hour, some jackass little bitch decides she wants to drive 90 miles an hour, and I pay her speeding ticket for it. Screw you, law enforcement. I don't give a shit. I could strangle all the women he wants. Although I don't condone women strangling.
We call that the suicide technique.
Yeah.
Just come barreling down the lane. No, the funny thing would have been, and this is why that I find it funny that you said that you wouldn't have gave the address.
Because I wouldn't have even asked. I've been too fucking
I
scared.
could have imagined what would happen. The cops show up at this guy's house, right? They fucking kick in the door. Oh, sir, we finally found you. And he immediately just goes back in his brain and
he has to go back in his brain because I guarantee you, the day I tell the cops his address is the day he told me is the day the cops go there. You don't have to put 2 and 2 together. There's only one person that asked where your new physical address was, and he wasn't your milkman.
And all of a sudden, just so happens that the cops
are
just
shoving down your door. Now, okay, to be clear, before people are bulldozing down in comments and whatnot, calling me either a bad citizen or all that stuff, I guarantee the cops were not after him for strangling or anything. Like I said, it had to do something with taxes. Probably didn't file a tax return, or it got lost in the mail, you know,
or
something.
Or he lied on it or something.
You know, something like that. You know, it wasn't because of women strangling. I don't think, although now I think about it, they did need an extra month to make my apartment ready for me when I first moved in. So now I'm kind of, although apparently it's because they had a pet scorpion. I don't know, but that's even more reason not to get involved. This guy has a scorpion for a pet, not exactly the person you want to be narking. Because then if he finally finds you, he's like, you want to see that scorpion that you've heard so much about? Here he is. And it's just like, okay.
Well, if I'm ever buying an apartment, and fuck, you fucking red piece of shit. Anyway, and you're sitting there and they're like, yeah, we're going to need some time to clean out that thing. There's only like 1 or 2 possible scenarios that are going to instantly run through my head. Either A, somebody died, or B, this guy just jacked off over everything and anything, and everything's got semen on it. Because that's what I think of.
The reason why it took so long is because they had to put in new rugs. And their excuse, and again, now that I think about it, it's like, oh my god, maybe, but according to the landlord, which I didn't care, I'm paying $500 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment that I'm living at by myself. That's pretty fucking cheap. I'll just take it. No questions asked. Either way, isn't a shitty part. The wind.
It's gonna cut out at the worst possible time. Okay.
Whoa. But You know, I don't give a shit. Anything could happen in that apartment. You know, I don't really care. $500 a month, fucking a ring lord could be still in control.
Dude, this fucking Bullet Bill is the most determined motherfucker I've ever seen.
Just duck.
Fuck you, dude. He followed me like
Watch, he just turns around and comes right back.
Oh, dude, the wind. Here it is. You ready?
Oh,
you ready
yeah,
for this?
Yeah.
You ready? It's gonna fuck. Oh my god.
It's gonna come, dude.
I'm gonna get dicked here.
You got it. Oh, no win.
0 win.
Oh my god. Okay, we got enough for like 3. So like, probably your last attempt. See how long this goes. But you know, according to my landlord, it was because he had a pet he wasn't supposed to have, and that it was a quote-unquote scorpion. I don't know. But now I think about it, maybe a murder did happen in that apartment. I need to go wash my eyes out now. Anyways, next time on Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels. I don't know. I guess we'll find more stories to talk about.
Fuck that wind!